Amaliba wono eka NDC communication team no ho ena afin so Benjamin Sare wono so ka MPP communication team no mienu yi ana na obeka mensa yemi no obedi nkomo na ene nkomodie no befa se mbedi kan ebo so kire mu no abandada no abreso ena banks ahodo bi e wo Ghana ha no aban no kire se nema ahodo bi hye dan koyie enti sa banks no ya dwumu nyina tumi krata e de fi omunsam na e kan se collapse sa banks ni nyina nemu baako eye Unibank aye Dr. Kwabnadofo ono ne bank na nasam no baaye no akọ court be ye mfie nwotwe kwaba na ene dai ena attorney general de atodu achirim se wode saa hyehyɛ no baaye obehwe nkrata mu hwe de se na nema si kɔ no asem no di achiri bi wa enso aba papa bia anunti watwe sansem no nyina asan aye nole prosecutor study a lawyer for any court for terms etie no na de enti osisa gina no ebinum ka se seda nyade a eboa esanse per the report baaye no na se niema hodo ne eka hodo na omukyese Unibank de no ohemu nchemadu osia ya sande aba nti de aburu jamu nchemadu osia no de ya de aba na de aka no na se eno ano no nti no yenyai emanenka sesa na etiampa na ebiru so ka se sa Unibank no bank no so e de asem no kokko se niema hodo bi wo ho mo ye ya abane ye ya na nsem fata enti aye twema mentwe pa yenu se ba ne sei no ye NDC and MPP enti na Kingsley Amaliba ewa ha na fe Benjamin Sare so ha ye bedi asemu ho enkomo Ben eni Kingsley bedamwase emamakwa ene momre Kingsley ma me hyese fan fruits na me bisa se asemu wadi akire abapim bebi ayedure enyina so pa atoni gina so edisi sa gina no ene de wahe efi bra court gina so obedi asam na aka ho asam a baburu fie nwotwe eden na si enti asisi no prosecutor abamu memo 6 minutes
last week no chair them in chair for even Benji was the last week before there was a contentious issue that ya resolve ha
yes ene ebra me producer de edi ne betu mani para me say se binu se mu mienu na mo beba anka dana sem no anka me de ho ai report ba
and I say baby reporter me kura no minim sabe fan tuja if you allow media
then it's
unim say December 31st 2021 Omampini Akufo-Addo no tie konwa so submitted the list of presidential staffers to parliament. Mr. Jeffrey, page 11, let me page 13, reading the relevant areas as was discussed here last week. So, about number 34, number 33, Duko Furiata, no director of programs. Okay, Frank Asiedu Bequem, no director of political affairs. Benji Kansasen was last week. Marvin Yao Ajeman, also director of information technology. You Frank Ajechum, director of communications. It's also Awudu Moro, director of communications. It's also Maxwell Asante, deputy director of communications. You Harriet Crantain, deputy director of political affairs. You Ahmed Abdullah Abu, deputy director of political affairs. It's also Yunusa Osman Mohammed, deputy director of political affairs. Emmanuel Asare, deputy director of information technology, the same information communication. Kofi Ajemai, deputy director of communication. Timimu Isa, deputy director of communication. Yusuf, is it Ruhula? Do you know? Well, forgive me about the name. Deputy director of communications. Kofi Christopher Atiso, deputy director of communications. And in fact,
government communication, presidential communication, you know, the Padro Hono, Edina now.
Oh, say Redu, Vera Redu, communication specialist. Okay, Elijah Akona Otu, is Akona Otu, those communication specialist. And Benji was alluding to this list. It was last week. me can say some discussions na cause war City FM no enye NDC abemua and these are the list ubu sam say me ma ye ho the like fellows of Osukwuache office nipa omo ho he is the head deputy minister in charge of government communication Honorable Felix the deputies Mrs. Shamima Muslim ni oka I think there's Bridget Otu there and Rosemond is it Rosemond what's the name bring your name that's the people's mother yeah we call her recently and Dr. Aye and Raymond Tamaklu Dr. Aye and Raymond Tamaklu are just main kind of office staff or more assistant and these are the people that the presidency now in terms of government communication until list now bench already were handled in terms of so seeing you no cry and you offer
me say clear as me feel quickly
yeah ejakwa bra be das mencha sonko na mencha atiefo dodo a omutie ye menua ne nsem o keka wa ha no me source from City News and I'm a catcher say ho na me pick story no but the next way a second one say parliament is a house of record nti parliament ye nko nkutwa ntro ho ohwa 16th April 2025 Honorable Abujinapo Emma list of director of communication at the presidency manka staffers director of communication at the presidency and we list na me bobo wa ha no I have forwarded to your producer Ben hold on
Ben on forward the mommy
oh I said
there be who the kasa me
the amano list na me bobo wa ha no the same list and honorable
boss you can say names
no I said they say I don't have the names
into what names
because I said I don't have the names and you are saying the names that you said 10 but you mentioned only 4 so what are you talking about me say I don't have the names but the same list now me bobo wa no the member of parliament for let me I forgot the constituency Honorable Abujinapo abobo the same list number of director of communication at the presidency the same list na me bobo wa no the same list and Honorable Abujinapo so bobo parliament I have forwarded the video to your producer I will bet me play I don't have the names but that is the number I will ka on so no ya mana antwe ansai and they will call hands at mu asasem na o kan na apeke
the tiani say any sort topic we be discussing
yes
nti say the producer afan to screen so a eno shedanye eno enye shedanye na ye names it names bi anya amane de ye fancy wa
yes I don't have the names but the numbers
I provided the evidence from Omampile Kufaro
you only mentioned staffers I said director of communication but you mentioned staffers
you just mentioned list
I didn't even say
adding the names
I didn't even say staffers man can't
these are directors
these are
directors
you mentioned directors
designation are here
also only names or no
only senior he can never get the names he can never get the names he should accept say
you didn't mention any name
and apologize
no you too
as simple as
I'm giving a source of my information and you are saying I misled
source of what
are you talking about
that source
you mentioned only
the presidency who just we believe
but so if Abujinapo is
I you lie that's all I said you lie
Charlie, don't use that word.
Yes.
It's expensive to prosecute people and pay a criminal justice system. The burden of proof lies on he who alleges. In this case, it is the state that alleged that Dr. Kwabena Dufo bank na eguye no or can be na bank na eguye. If you recall, I think on the 8th of January 2021, Dr. Kwabena Dufo, a lawyer, he filed an application in the High Court alleging harassment and violations of the fundamental human right by a team called Special Investigation Team led by DCOP Mr. Edward. Is it Edward Enim or so? Let me get the name right. Yeah, no, investigating Dr. Kwabena Dufo say, well, no, Ekaobi ena or they say bank na eguye. Now they are charging him for money laundering and stealing. Meanwhile, Dr. Kwabena Dufo also contended, say, or no, or free board of directors of Unibank, so in 2009, Abraham Okoye, Minister for Finance, exited public office in 2013, one Kobium as a board of directors of the Unibank, nor take any functional role in the management of the bank. And this issue, a separate matter out of the issuer and involving the bank versus, how do you call it, the government or the Bank of Ghana, if I may put it that way. Like I indicated earlier, it costs to prosecute people. And sometimes we shouldn't also forget that previously, a new man MPP Abamu led by Mampine Kufuor was nothing short by abuse of process and willfully engaging in malicious prosecution of the political opponent. And Dr. Kwabena Dufo fell a victim to that. In any case, Bonnet Bank and a bank na lamping up other banks omokola some other time. Mamenfa Unibank, ya no moka, Dr. Kwabena Dufo, and Papa Kwesi Indum, and Seydou Agongo and others, Alaji Seydou Agongo and others. I said, Alaji Seydou Agongo bank na Heritage Bank, you know. What was the bank crime? Abai Tamana Kufuor Beba. Now banks in only 120 million Ghana cedis as operational capital. Mobile namu yi says can free 120 million. And you could do 400 million Ghana cedis and asking the bank to recapitalize within 1 year. Which bank can do that? Even when that recapitalization amount was shot up all of a sudden, Seydou Agongo, then the bank, Heritage Bank, was the first bank to pay that man to Dr. Addison as the Bank of Ghana governor and meeting the government statutory requirement of Modiabano. They collapsed the bank later. No, make a say, oh, bank no mugunu because Seydou Agongo a case in court and therefore he doesn't qualify to own the bank. I don't know. It was the same thing that they did to all the other banks. In any case, Unibank, Data Bank, UTM Muabe and others. Mr. Muabe Krampona Samabekano media just some years back. Very shocking. Abra increased that recapitalization fee could do 400 million. Unya investor na obeboa no absorb the liabilities of the bank. No tia say Sikandiama Bank of Ghana. No tinya meet the statutory requirement of that recapitalization fee of 400 million. Or the investor no at the Bank of Ghana or Mushia a meeting and all the discussions went on smoothly. Only for Bank of Ghana, any Minister for Finance, F1 Dr. Kwabena Dufo, Mr. Mwabin Echi, Echo the command investor and say they are not interested in the agreement now or more like conversation now. And when, by the time they know, the licenses were revoked. So I am saying that the licenses were revoked deliberately to collapse certain people's businesses whom the government at that time when they were in opposition and their surrogate cannot catch up. And they got the power and they used the power to punish the people badly. In this case, Dr. Kwabena Dufo was being dealt with simply because he's an NDC member. That is how I see it. If Dr. Kwabena Dufo, senior, it wouldn't have taken the government more than 4 years to secure conviction. Government have all the state, investigative agencies and the resources at its disposal, including state prosecution team and all of that. And Attorney General danced around this matter for 8 solid years and could not secure conviction. Like I'm saying, you see, it's expensive to prosecute people. Now, so the abuses could not court. Now, when you dance here, only panibetum and all them rabbit so. Number all the court process, you attend the court process, into a punishment rod to drag people. I don't think that is right. So for me, if the Attorney General
and now Attorney General to Gina so the can say not prosecute say as someone who near review. It's say per the report and number bonten no say the Ekodi, you want to see the Ekodi Unibank Dr. Kwabena Dufo hono yerukupu over 60%. Nti yerukupu over 60% there na dodo no an yesaka nti no ye di akire bi wa ensheda ehia no betu agina so betu agina so aka say
Attorney General will look at the merit of the matter before the court and the evidence available. if the merit of the case and the evidence available and yet so grounded enough to secure any conviction, but on the basis of a political witch hunt, why should the Attorney General, the learned Attorney General, waste his time pursuing this kind of political vendetta?
Okay.
He wouldn't do it. So I think that this knowledge prosecution entered by the Attorney General to quash this malicious prosecution against Dr. Dufo, a welcoming news, and I commend it. Indeed, no Ghanaian, irrespective of your political colors, deserve to suffer the way Dr. Dufo and others suffered under MPP. It was very shameful and disgusting.
Ben, you share some banks here go ye. I say one day crazy in Yabre, Mummy no me here, Mummy no next week Musamra. Now you bet Pebre Nasa, Gabby staff, I who some. Yes. Communication, you know, me per se, you come now, and to what the message
we put it and you see that he is relying on needless videos.
Stop lying, just stick to your facts. You are saying lies, and it's not nice.
Where do you can? Where should you can?
Well, you haven't proved anything right here.
I mean, Casamina, Debbie.
Sorry, Jacobra. Sorry.
And see, Mummy no maba na you bedu come off as banks in so. Ben, mona na mo abemu. Ma breso na banks ahodo bia mususu mudwumedi omudie no hyedan ko yenti no yetwe omu nyina sensen je omutumi krata afi wo nsam mu bako ene Unibank ye ne banks ahodo no bia kasa omu che they were treated unfairly said dia ebinum beka no no anase so do makasa e ka no ene gina sia attorney general sie no wo maban ene je revoke sa license no per decision attorney general afano mo hunu ni sei
eja kwara medase eyare hosem ewo mamu ha na Ghana fo ya to aba anuye ho papa yi ya to aba ma union bi ka se omo ba na omo aba be reset Ghana na ne asi de eyade a esese ye de ntemabo yeyem ne etwadwa adwo because ya to aba anuye ho ensem a yewura John Dramani Mahama e ka kire Ghana fo se oba a obeba abaye no oba ye na waten na upside down asem bi o kan ye bia na reset no eyade a enyade a otu hu anamo eja kwabra
yes sir
NDC ni bia na ne ho wasem ewo mrem aban sese ye bia no yewura attorney general say sebe saa nsem na wo court no ebie ni ho ehia no obekaya example obaya Dr. Opuni case obaya na ofale Lori prosecutor say case no ehun hia ni biem ompeso obeto aso enu otwa Dr. Opuni asem no e ma lawyer fo titiri die wo mamu ha ka say enhyehyeye na wode to kwamu a wokọ krosu case na nya de a efa ne kwam enso yewura John Dramani Mahama ene na attorney general e ka say sa asem no omu ni interest bia wom enti omu krosu case no as if it wasn't enough enne me ne wo ka say the same NDC member baako yewura kwamna dofo asem wo court wa yedi ye papa ye bibia attorney general asa akobiem se asem na wo court no enya de a owo interest bia wo mu biem na nhia no se obeto aso enti sa asem no wabogu watwam na eja kwabra minua nete ha arrogance of power or ka kire ye say prosecution expensive enti ni kwai say omoto aso even if the case there is merit in the case kurano because prosecution ye expensive enti no minua no say enwo hia see ye beto aso because enipa na ye di na asem wo mdam no wo ye NDC ni na ban na aba power enti sene ye be ya ye be kwasem no mu ye di ni akomu asukọ ni ahwemu se asem no nokura bi e obia no esese ye de to no NDC fo amiate ase se NDC ni bia na asem wo mramu bia no enya de a omo ye interest they don't have any interest in the matter so baby esese omo ko bia no omo akrosu matter no eja kwabra eneme no ka sei
neti o pa kire se NDC fo a omo cases wo court ni nyina na omeyi o masam de free ho
so far ye hu miensa opuni omo akoyi afiri ho me a me papa yewura kwamna adofo na sem uniba omo akoyi afiri ho omo ama any tangible reasons Enti na obusa mi nua say what was the reason, tangible reason ben omu make ya omu di gina so a omu de cancel case no anase omu twa case no eno an say o say justice so expensive enti o mine ni sika omu de be continue di asem no say na mi nua amalebate ha no a woka no enti omu atwasem no enne high court eti obi contempt a ye hwehwe no wo mamu ha ye nua ye che no contempt e high court enne yenya NDC lawyers akọ Supreme Court akọ ma contempt no yakwase se enye dwuma biem e wo mamu a
na no eye emra no mde ye adwuma na se omo an bom tim
ka se obi bebu sase ye nua no contempt no ye de man no na ye how many years ni 3 years ni NDC lawyer be ni wo timi court e ka se wo kwakwase high court decision no contempt no justice chamber for contempt or the ma ye nua Kevin Taylor no obi ni wo ko Supreme Court say kwakwase sa contempt ne ende me no ka say enne obi abetimi atena radio so adidi president atem adidi judges atem adidi pastors atem enya de a wo betimi enya justice because enne ayense eja kwabra nim say Supreme Court to make ruling bia na it ban on us say ye use going forward no e be steady case a obi abe refer to nti enne contempt case si ye chi obi wo high court a utimi ko Supreme Court ekokwase baby ya bedru wo ya ma no so mu no enti say no emran kasa de mra wo mamu an emra anya dwuma se wo ya NDC ni dia na wunya asem na wasem wo court dia e ya de attorney general wo baaso wo ba ma NDC no ama Ghana se wo be clear NDC fo nyina case na se wo so wunye interested a case be no ye interest wo mu a so ye ne wonimu a wo ye ne se ensam a e wo abanda da num sem wo si ye no obeye press conference ontimi kura nko court enkodi asem no oba no aba be ye press conference say enipa so be sia diska enipa so be sia yewe na wo ba be ka kire no say ye nya ne dey ya na wo be ye press conference na wo be kire mu say amanfo diska no wo say ye nya ne dey ye judges anasa wo ka kire ye no ye betimi akwaji sika na fi nkrofo no waba enti attorney general no wo ama me yadwuma no ama Ghana enye Ghana interest nti no obaye obaso oba be ye NDC build because bid na waba be ye no waba be kwase opuni quiz waba be kwase yewura kwamnado for enti enya dia wo ye interested e wo case bia obi a wabo man ne kro no enya me nwanwa say ye nuaba tamakru ye di na sem 10 years ayama no 10 years a wote America all enjoy no enya me nwanwa say wote he ya ye be fale api ni akwa ko yi case na firi
me ma me say question bi wo kan sem bi say wa mama oman no mo abreso na bank si mo gige wo mo de ko adudri ball Dr. Kwabrando fo impeyifo abubo mu din Dr. Puni ene wo mo keka ka ho nyina some hardcore evidence akire so mo de bone ampa aden na ifie nwotwe 8 years mo tumi form ankwanko gina sin emfa emu o maten se infie mienu infie miensa kora anka beka so ifie nwotwe 8 years mo tumi afa sa nipa mu ba kompo ankwanko to sa se mo tumi emu astem no akopin bra mo fi abem tisanka mo hardcore evidence bi wo ho ampa I didn't say mamu
Jacobra was me obisa me de emwa kakra.
I didn't tell
because so wo ka say ye de asem wa court 6 years na se ye ntimi ani asem na anwie na sa aban sesa ba na chese sa case na ye di ni 6 years no ye ntimi ani anwie amfa nipa na anko court anko prison ana se ye ani na asem anwe say odifo ana odibem nti sa ta no duru ho a ye long process a long a year you use 26 years no case na say egu ana
baby so be say one
no say 8 years
tie be say ifie nwotwe enti ede na ekọ yesi ye nti amantumi ani asam na nwi
Yakwabra no na make say criminal case it made 10 years it made 15 years it doesn't matter the duration na yedidi asam ni nyina na say asam no wo court ayedi no because who alleges no must prove it is who alleges so obi who the criminal case abo obi na who allege a who na say witimi prove coffee e ma yenya evidence e tell say enipa na wo de na gina court no wodi for ana wodi bem it is a migusu na me ye na me wie ya eno nche se mini na asem no manya 6 years mini wie nti no aban dada aban sesa ba Now wow buy and because of case you know duration now 6 years into no naturally said there is no evidence into aban no beba no e so oba be cancel sa case ni say ehun hia enya sa
aban ba ye a case say wo court nyina na wa cancel ana so mu de so a di bi achi ye te be bisa sa ni say se na be ya yahwefo ebehunu ya ye ka no na nko ese bia ye ka bibia keke se ye wo adanse e kire se asemasi obentin ayi bibia ye fa this attorney general say attorney general say oni asem na chi bio mo wo openo say ebia mo evidence bi attorney general nim to betumi dia support no amna wo say dina say na wasie no say enye ginesi papa ayi betumi abomo ato asem no die so
eja kwabra attorney general no oye na adwen so obesiki advice efiri obi ho wanye na adwen so op evidence efiri obi ho ana ono nso na ye state the #1 principal legal advisor to the government and the nation. And she says some na mpacho asem na obusa mpese me
1 minute
because almost 7 minutes me kasa ye no so man kase asem bia attorney general ne ba ya obetu ye bia no watwam me ye specific and my 2 cases said Dr. Opuni asem oba ye was so interested watwam
and ma Ghana.
Yes, me say wa ma Ghana because oba ye no Ghana ne Dr. Opuru na enya asem wa yedi wo court. Na enya private person and na Dr. Opuru di. Eye Ghana na Dr. Opuru and ye ni di. Enti wa ba no abaye attorney general na wo ba betoa oman ne hyehyɛ yeso na wa boa sɛ ye benya justice am oman no na so oba na se ehia wa na kyerɛ sɛ wa mama Ghana.
Me da se me wa asem bia ka bi sɛ bisa eye criminal cases a. I remember sɛ ebre a ebribi abesenko JB Dankwa former Ebuakwa North na Shebedwani ebra abanse saye no sa North Prosecution akro ya bi ebai ema ye abranche no ye twasam no san ama ye sanchi ni bio ana me bisa Samaliba enyina so a mo gina so de sisa ginan anasa be kasa mo a na se bia attorney general ni gina ho magana attorney general gina so edisi sa ginan any said ya wunia kan no na ka me say evidence ne so clear niam ho a enkobetu gina so e dey convicted Dr. Kwabendufo but because of partisan politics and as a political affiliation for all the evidence go ni nyina no wa boagu and na wajan say asem no ni akire bio
no I am running the Juma, and the law does not concern itself with fanciful opinions and the needless rant of the uninformed. Justice Tokonu Nekache say the law is the law, and the law also makes provision for knowledge to prosecute to be entered by the Attorney General or a state attorney, where the state thinks that after examining all the facts available to it, Assembly and more money into one to it's the powers of the state to exercise during their time. How many times now Gloria Kufu and Godfrey Dame enter knowledge prosecute? You remember? Kumasi for boys here, to share. Judge a pen for no on him no. Assembly is here. Didn't the internal prosecute?
It is almost a conviction.
Didn't the internal prosecute?
You don't know. Why?
Can I proceed?
You are making. Oh, Charlie.
There were letters of knowledge prosecute that were entered during your time. They were convicted, right? 1,800 Ghana cedis.
Don't you know?
1,800 Ghana cedis. That means you can go and attack a judge in an open court who you know could 18 million or koda. It happened under your time. Senior, man can say justice is expensive, so we shouldn't pursue wrongdoers. I mean, can't be as our. Me say prosecution, you need resources to prosecute. And he said, "The Jacob now Malaba Echo Quarter, be so convinced, and indeed, in this case, the burden of proof lies on the state." Go and read the basic. This is a child law. Go and read it. What do you call court? I don't have a duty to convince the court that I am not guilty. And you, the prosecution team, no, you have to prove to the court beyond reasonable doubt that Amaliba is guilty on the things we are accusing him. what good nipa the bank at no was such that could court was say at the time and that bank no cramp most bank na yasem no I wasn't part of the bank though I mean a founding member there I was neither a board of directors not even a board member of the bank. These were your facts you rely on and take him to court for over 6 years. You couldn't secure conviction. Look at the quantum of Omanisi Kamasai for that period. Meanwhile, you achieved nothing. Because when the Mosha Samna Sinti, Attorney General Baya, Chinchina, or no 2,000 Muso.
Nana, you know, so.
And no one, oh, you know, so, oh, see, Tina.
Or say, let me tell you.
Omande me court. Ne internal prosecution ejame say menkwa. It doesn't mean that asana awu ho. Okay? Ebia mpempren asama dia to me so no. And what dancing enye du so man betimi atwema so. Enti ko. Sa dancing bi ko pie akire. Na sa dancing no betimi ama man atwema so adanse da ho pepe say madi bonia they can still call me back to court. And you say, your internal prosecution for Dr. Kobina Dufo at this material moment because the prosecution is unable, the state does not have the preponderance of evidence available to secure conviction because when Amosha Sinti, we should proceed with it. Now, why the catcher will say, their political enemies is our political enemies. Why Amama was arguing? No, who gives them that advice? No, so, I don't see your crown Attorney General, I don't see one of the Attorney General want him. You are a Ghanaian citizen.
I say what I told you no. Wa mo bi an chen ameka say bi ohia ayi bia.
And you hear say Attorney General better radio so. Don't can say me hear that same family. See we are making some needless allegations against the Attorney General, which is for me is very disparaging. Ghanaians like what Attorney General is doing, or your public servant, and he is investigating high-profile cases against individuals who are perceived to have done wrong against the state. And it's Attorney General Ba, no the between for that press conference, Kebede who said, Charles Adubuahin, or Kojina Fako, after them Mako 27, the whole estate was 20 Kebede. Kebede who said, or the Omani Sika opening a company synonymous to the defunct Abai institution and using the personal account, siphoning resources of the state. Erikugum, Kebede who said, or signing one contract or divert over $7 million. Erikotum, Kebede who said, Tamwana, National Service Secretary, student, personnel, yeah, or more real school, or more some or mine. They can't even get money to board trotro. Let me share bidimu da you complaining to me. Now Crawford, the ghost names. Add their shepherd room, edges kagu bottom. Over 500 million went missing. Meanwhile, Nanipa or Motias or humanity, you are not paying them. You have brothers and nephews and sisters among those in Kolano. You are not even sympathetic to them. The only problem is say, Bonnie Amudi, you know. Attorney General by or your press conference, he's exposing you.
Okay.
Change your mind because the
Amalba Medasi. Ben, Yanshe, they say the Hawaii ni. I say, Jinan Sino was seen. Na Amana Bay Sibia Mumu and a Momuti in Yano, next day, and as a mabreson and a Momuti in Yano Shadana Moa. In a soap pabia a woman. Ain't you know? Den na mo susu se mo betumi aye se de be ya yen fa ne trasa na obi a why bibia no we ba o se not prosecute we so boss not prosecute na sa no wo gidi se den na mo susu se ewo ho a mo be ya maga na fo hu ne se ginesi Attorney General si ye no eni na so bia
ofa me da se pa me nu ya asemi a o ka we ono na so otuamra by an understanding of law
that's a key program one na o say me can't change and say me shamra
why you so vow language the amami oh sometimes you see I have the stomach to tolerate when someone walk on but please because you are studying law but your understanding of law no e questionable
okay
because what he have no more ka say Attorney General be press conference case will be atodaya does it mean say you no correct Attorney General no your court where your judge Attorney General no ogina ho no onye judge It is ultimate betra kasa attorney general and the man who said obi agina na namu atodaya. Does it mean say a fact say sika na ode to da no e statement no use ye. Asem nem court. It will betra now making this fallacious allegations and the two obi so say because of who attorney general about press conference and so obi a discount you know. It's a fact. What kind of law are you studying? And there are some now no. Please. Obia ye guilty or ansani ebeka so obi ye guilty until say the court of competent jurisdiction ebe proven to say ade na ye de ato no so no ye nokra na enye nokre. It doesn't lie on attorney general's mouth. So obeba be press conference say obia diska. So because of we and this year near attorney general beka bia na e chirenti no e no kire say nipa no we o man sika na ode akoto dan. We don't do it like that. Enti mini anasam na oka wa hanom adubu ahen onye ahwe obeye bibia ma obi ahu se waye bone a eye court na edi nasem odi wi a ene ebe hu se asem na attorney general beka ye no eye nokra na asenye nokre obi a woni ni kodi asem wadi ka ba be bunu fo bunu kumfo e wo public nanim abra ye nkonko start asem nokra ni ye nti wo betena ha na wo defend this ade we ya emre ye din kaso power dania the same thing na wo gina ha no a wo di akukuduro ne mema mu kasa do eduru ho ya kasa saa esesa no wakasasa enti menua eja kwabra asem o America ne say ye we are not in government and na Ghana na ankasa no ono ate ya o ka no say prosecution is a very expensive it is a unisika enya dia wo betimi ato asem a eye very important na say wo a wo ye state
one kan so say asem no hwe na say bia enhye da ni nyina so a untusa dan ko say sika e wo ho
eja kwabra one determine asem a enyina so onim. Why ne determine?
It's say enyina so asase bo pa wo ho.
Enyina so wasem nu say wonim say enyina so anim a pursue the matter to its conclusion. Na ye hwe say asem na ye de ama as attorney general no oni nipa no ko ginam adaka mu a wudi asem no mudi wie ye no ye wura kwamnadofo odibem ye wura opuni odibem na say wan yes then you become a very lazy attorney general. Not just a one casano, unim waduma as attorney general because we are lazy. Sasamu ya twas when the other prim Saturday. Now waba just 6 to 7 months. Now say oba no Sasam no nyadia won you so into what mudia. Then what kind of attorney general are you? You are a lazy attorney general.
What did you say asama walking? So be so kase e bia musoma breso 6 years mutumia and secure conviction and nti monso no mo se da ni nyina so pepe bia na mo no political rich hunting a
eja kwara ma ka kire wo say anye duration ye didi asem
maybe asem na maybe say obi nso kasa wo ne be ya adwene
e na me ka say enipa me kasa oba ye no case ni yegusu di ye ntam nti wasem na wo be ka no sebi it doesn't make any sense say wo be ka kire me say 6 years ada na man yasem na nwie amfa nipa na ntum eno no ye nyina emre mu na ni nyina so
papa ben me that say I'm me that say 1 minute
very well you can question my appreciation of the law. I don't have a problem with that but look at the logic he's espousing here. One logic can say Attorney General Ababonte Abeye press conference about case of investigation team I investigate we and they will report Breno obo minor man yintino Attorney General Aboni Pana Sendiem Kenikwaso Koye. But see, he has forgotten that that's what we call charges. What are the charges? The charges or a charge sheet containing a series of allegations that are being labeled against an accused person, which shows that you have a case to come and answer in court. Go and answer. Meanwhile, Attorney General at that press conference, what is it? Charles Adubuahin be denying. He was rather alleging, saying, because Attorney General at that press conference, he is crucifying him to the media. That was a similar worker. Has the lawyers went to court and challenged charges they have to do? He hasn't done that. So senior, they can have a problem calling him. Attorney General press conference now, also go money. He will continue to do it and expose you guys to the country and to the world.
1 minute.
You came to government to mislead the people.
1 minute.
Attorney General press conference. Adubuahin then a response to buy no. Was 49 million Ghana cedis now also we are no. What the second be by President John Dramani Mahama. One thing, you are not here. What they report about, or says can or my John Dramani Mama president 5.3 million Ghana cedis. And you can talk.
Dubai na
yes, yes, woman is car. It's John Dramani Mama cry. Where you come?
You lied with that shit.
Stop it.
You lied with that shit.
If you don't know anything,
you lied with that shit.
You are glorious. What the man of 5.3 billion?
More free.
It's John Dramani Mama. Dubai is if you don't know.
Kingsley Haruna Amaliba Assese Obaye Benjamin Sarenso one also Medana Papa. Yerim say I ben say ya I wa wo hwe na pese wa wo hwe afanu ni nyina dia e ko ne dia e ba nyina no obi si nyina na so obi si trodo matoa obi sa bibire na e bibire nti ye de be sia na adodo mo ye ne a ye be san ba ochina medin dia ja kwabena it has done my special eyes this way I need to so busu yasene mene nana akua ana yede kasebo no ebrɛ mu ɛda mu nyina sema mu ne hwɛ ɛmam de yie